All right, thanks, Tyler. Is Tyler a stud or what? I tell you, what that guy knows is amazing. All right, I need you all to stand up real fast. Get the wiggles out, or as Nacho Libre would say, release the wiggles. Okay, for those of you that have learned 3 new things, raise your hand. 10 new things, raise your hand. Sweet, I love it. Is this valuable so far? Awesome. Okay, so there are a couple things that I want to do right now. You can have a seat. Let's get those wiggles out. Thank you. There are a couple things I want to do, three in particular. 1, I want to apologize. 2, I want to give you something, or point your mind to something. And 3, I want to give you something. 1, I want to apologize because for the last 3 conferences, we have had customer after customer after customer say, you guys have this and this and this. I didn't know about it. Why do you guys make it so hard for us to know what kind of services and products you offer? We've done you a disservice. We literally have. We just haven't been prepared like we've wanted to each conference. This year, we're prepared. We have, as you're getting handed out right now, an opportunity, a new program that we have called INFUSIONSOFT Administrator that we'll go over quickly. Because why? I'm apologizing because we have not given you this opportunity in the past. Our bad. Literally last year, I had a half dozen or more customers irate saying, why do you make it so hard for me to know what you guys offer? If I don't want to buy, I won't buy. But if I want to buy, I want to know where to buy. So this is your opportunity. Secondly, how many of you have your brains in your hands, the agendas, the cover of the brain? Grab the cover or just look up here, refer to this visual. How many of you, by the raise of hands, associate with this visual that you only use about 10% of your application? Painful, isn't it? Think of what else we could do if we were utilizing more of the application. That is the point of INFUSIONSOFT Administrator, this new program that we've just rolled out of how to help on a monthly basis to do work for you. How often, by the raise of hands, how many people in here have follow-up sequences ready they'd like to implement, but they just don't have the time to put all the pieces in place? How many of you like that frustration? Yeah, not fun. We are here to liberate and empower you. That's the point. How many of you would like to be able to say to someone, you know, I have this copy, I need the sequence here. I just need someone to get it into place and put the sequences in place. How many of you would like to do that? Okay, that is why we're here today. So, imagine this with me. Close your eyes if you need to, or look at this. How would you love to have your whole brain blue? Wouldn't that be great? That's what the point of this whole program is. So pull out the INFUSIONSOFT Administrator form that we just handed out. This is what you get. If you read the bullet points, I'm not going to go through each specific one, but you get 5 hours of consulting, one-on-one, with people that you need to say, you know what, I've got this and this and this. I'm not really sure what to do with it. I just need you to do it. That great feeling of, offload. Okay, great, it's done. And guess what? 5 hours with an INFUSIONSOFT expert, for many of you, it would equate to 50 hours or so. No offense, for me as well, I'm not one of the experts, but these guys and gals know how to get it done really fast. So if you look through it, you see the monthly fee for it is $5.99, but for attendees at this conference, we're going to do something special that I already, this morning actually, got approval on, and I promise that's not a gig, that is legit. The actual price is $4.99 on our shopping cart. For the conference, we were thinking, man, we don't have the manpower. We need to be able to increase the price a little bit so that we can actually fulfill. But then I talked to the people that are fulfilling, and they did the math and said, no, for those that are here, I want to be able to help them out. We can actually do it for everybody that buys, or the first 21 people that buy at the conference, $3.99 versus $5.99. So you get $200 off per month. So you can scratch out $5.99, put in $3.99. Why? Why are we offering this? Why are we doing this? Because so many of your brains are still gray. We want more people to be able to double their sales. We want people to have the opportunity to say, I've got such and such and such. What do I do with it? How do I get it done? Now do me a favor. Turn the form back on the back side. To be clear and to be totally authentic, I'm going to take off kimono now. This is what it does not include. I want you to understand, because false expectations or misexpectations are no fun. So data entry work, we do not do. Process orders, payments, and refunds. Write the actual copy, the graphic design, the creative ideas of how to do new products and the like, and custom HTML and API work. You may be thinking, okay, so what do I do for that? Remember when Scott said, hey, CMACs that are in the audience? CMACs are brilliant at that. That is what they do. So if you need custom stuff, if you need this type of stuff done, this program is not for you. I'll be the first to say. But if you need someone to just, you know, you've got a sequence ready, you buy Jim Cecil stuff, and you say, I want to implement this follow-up sequence, but I don't have the time. Can you do it? Here are the sequence of doing, done. Done for you, right? You can let them set it and forget it, and you can move on and build your business instead of being trapped in some of the stuff that you don't want to work on. Any questions? Everyone good? Yes? Okay? Come talk to us in the back. Come to the booth. So those of you that are ready to buy at the event, again, you receive $3.99 a month. What you need to do is, again, the first 21, we'll number the orders on at the top of the order form. Go to the booth, the right Infusionsoft booth. Both of them can help, but those at the right will be able to know a little bit more. I want to, again, apologize, but also excite and remind you of what type of opportunities and options we have for all of you to help you double your sales. We want you all to be just like Greg and Marie. We want you to double your sales in a way that you didn't think was possible, but you know what? It is. And when you have people that are the experts helping you out month after month, this is the type of stuff that we've been able to offer. We just haven't been real clear on it in the past, and it's now time for us to say this is what the opportunities are as well. At lunch, we'll also talk about another opportunity that somebody else already heard about, and one of the slots is already gone, but it's another great potential to get in front of other customers and make sure that your business is heard and your services and products are received and everybody's aware of. But again, I want to welcome you to this conference. I want to also invite you and challenge you to get things done the right way, the efficient way, and let the experts in Infusionsoft help you through Infusionsoft Administrator. All right, now, do we have break or do we have Ryan? Do we have Scott coming up to let me know? Told you it'd be quick.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it. Thanks. Okay. Just so, for those of you who are standing in the back, we're actually streaming next door now. So I thought it would be appropriate for everybody next door to give us a little shout out. We'll see if we can hear them. So on the count of 3, yell something loud next door. 1, 2, 3. Sweet. All right, awesome. I wasn't sure if that was going to work. We had someone there with the stereo, and they cranked it up right when we... okay. About 4 or 5 years ago or so, Infusionsoft was in a very different situation with its systems and the hosting and everything. And I'll give you a very specific story. And Clayt is next door. He's probably cringing because he hates it when I tell this story. But here's the deal. We actually had all of our servers hosted at our facility. I mean, this is before we actually had Infusionsoft, the product. We were doing semi-custom development work. And everything was great. You could go into the kitchen and turn on the microwave and cook food. There's a little bit of a problem, though. If you turn on the microwave and the toaster oven at the same time, boom, servers went down. The whole thing was, and we found out, though, the phone still worked because we get all the calls from the, 20 or so customers that we had. Well, I am delighted today to introduce to you Mark Chesley and his team. We're going to be talking specifically about email today, but Mark Chesley is the VP of Development and is over all the systems. These guys are machines when it comes to your system uptime, when it comes to your email deliverability. He's going to share details, but I will say this: I got an email about a month ago from the head of systems who reports to Mark, and the email was to the company. It said, "I'd like to report a 2-minute outage on such and such block. There were 18 applications that were affected. And sorry, just kind of an apologetic email for a couple minutes of a blip of downtime." And I am just so thankful that we're beyond the days of what we had. We now have a Fort Knox of security when it comes to a secure hosting facility. We actually have 2 different facilities. Our team measures uptime to the, not like 96, 97%. It's 99.999 is usually the range that we're in. And Mark and his team has done an amazing job. So what we're going to do is Mark's going to come up, and we're actually going to talk for a second about a big component, which is email and email deliverability and all of the issues around this. This is all of you will be sending email in the next little while, and getting your email from the time you hit send into the inbox is absolutely critical. So I'd like to introduce Mark. Now, a couple of little things about Mark. Mark is probably the only attorney, techno freak, guitar player that I have known. I think the only one on the planet. And if you want to go look him up on YouTube, you can look him up under Guitar Lawyer, and you can see him shredding on the guitar. He'll be much more reserved today. But I'm excited to introduce Mark Chesley, VP of Development.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks, Scott. Come on up, panel. We're going to do things a little bit different than we have in the last few years. There we go. Everybody hear me okay now? In the last 3 times that I've done this, I have just preached best practices for email deliverability and done slides and things like that. But what we're going to do this year is to have some of the experts at Infusionsoft that actually get the work done of getting the email delivered be our expert email panel today. And I do have a few slides just to give you a few updates on some of the great things that we're doing to get your email into the inboxes of your target customers and your target prospects. And then we're going to have mics. We got them both. And we're going to be fielding questions to really answer the questions that each of you have for your own individual businesses on how to best get your email delivered. Can we cue up the slide there, Ryan, please? Okay. All right. 2009 is the year of email excellence for Infusionsoft. We're very excited about that. We have 6 annual priorities, and email excellence is number 6 in no particular order, I might add. Okay. There are 3 pillars of deliverability. There are 3 things that have to be present to get email delivered. Number 1 is infrastructure. Okay, that's the plumbing. Think of that as the plumbing, right? Number 2 is partnerships and relationships. And number 3 is the sending practices themselves. Now, as you see underneath each one of those bullets, that Infusionsoft does a very good job, fantastic job as a matter of fact, in taking care of number 1 and number 2. And number 3, we can help with, but in the end, it is up to each one of you to make sure that you are employing the sound practices to get email delivered. Okay, let's talk about infrastructure just for a second. This is actually the stuff that I love to talk about, and I'm always impressed with a high-quality pointer laser. So, we have the servers, the bandwidth. We do all of the technology under the hood. The SPF records, the domain key signing, the trust authority certificate signing, all of the balance management, the unsubscribes, and really all of the basic CAN spam compliance that we force everybody to comply with to make sure that they're being safe with the FTC. Also, it's noteworthy just the raw volume that Infusionsoft sends of email makes it a very good place for small businesses to land to use as an email engine. Because each one of you, if you just lit up your own email server, you wouldn't have the volume to even come up as a blip on some of the big ISPs. Name any ISP from A to Y. And they really... they're so bombarded with real spam, real cyber criminal spam, the stuff from Igor in the Ukraine or wherever it's coming from offshore, that is genuine crooks, that it's very difficult for a true small business, for each of you, to really get their attention to have them help you get your email delivered. Because Infusionsoft can aggregate that volume of the small businesses through our systems, we actually are able to help out there in a big way. Okay, second thing is the partnerships. Return Path this last year